Ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. Hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. I'ma rep my city and salute my town. Said ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. I'ma hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. And I'm ready for whatever, and I still stand proud. Ain't no.
Gentlemen, as always, thank you so much for joining us. This is the B&B Show with your two hosts, as always, on the B&B Show, Baron Blade on the B&B Show. And today we'll be talking about something that I hold dearly in my heart because lately we've had a couple weeks ago we had the announcement of the Ring of Honor show coming back, and Ring of Honor to me I hold very deeply in my heart because I grew up and I was in love with it. It was one of my favorite promotions. And so to hear this announcement, I'm just ecstatic that they're finally bringing it back as a weekly thing with an actual like its own thing going on. But what's the future of Ring of Honor? What is there? What's gonna happen? What is it gonna bring to the table? Bear, I'll go ahead and let you start this one off. I got some thoughts I'm still building up, but I'll let you go ahead and start this one off.
All right. So similar to you, I hold Ring of Honor in a deep, deep part of my heart as wrestling, as more of a traditionalist that I am. It brings me closer to the days of the NWA in its glory years in the late 80s, 90s, before it became WCW. Man, just the style of wrestling, the way they go about it. I just love, even from the beginning to the new resurgence of it. With that being said, I'm looking forward to the company having a big backer within Tony Khan, and that one day it will get a television deal on a network somewhere. I'm glad it's going to be doing Honor Club, but it gives the wrestlers somewhere to build their craft. If you're not a quote unquote sports entertainer, then I think this is the promotion for you. Um, Man, it the history and just so much wrestling that the company brings to me, and I just love every time I get to see it. One of my favorite wrestlers is currently the world television champion, Samoa Joe, and I love this version of him. He's back being nasty, aggressive. He's always been quick with it, eloquent in his words, but even more vicious with his meaner demeanor. And I love that. It's the perfect mix. He to me is like the modern day Arn Anderson. It's and a lot of people probably laugh at that um, analogy, but if you really look at it, every time you hear Samoa Joe do any kind of promo, you stop and you get to listen because he is so, like I said, he just he takes the words, just words that you shouldn't be scared of. He can put something together and make you think, wow, he's really talking to me like this. But if he gets his hands around you, you're done. And that is the same way the feelings I had when Arn Anderson was in his heyday with the Horsemen. I would rather wrestle Ric Flair than Arn because you know he was going to kill you. It wasn't, hey, no, he was about titles, money, and the group, nothing else. And Joe is about himself, hurting people, and making money. So
Man, I can agree with. Okay, so I like Samoa Joe a lot, and that kind of leads me to this point. Um, I'm actually right now the way Ring of Honor is going, I'm happy with it. I think they're going to do a good job. Um, especially when you look at who the champions are right now. Another one that I mean he blows my mind every time I watch him. I love watching him is Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta is oh, he is so good at what he does. And I hope he hangs on to that belt for a long time because he deserves it. He gives, he trying to think of the word. He really makes it shine again. He makes that belt really look good. He puts pride into that belt, and man, I love watching him out there. And I mean, Claudio, Claudio is I mean, he's a Ring of Honor legend, and for him to hold that belt, a lot of people were mad. And I was like, "Why are you mad?" I mean, he's a Ring of Honor legend. Why are you mad at that? Claudio is a wrestler. He is a fighter. He is a dominator. And there's a lot of people that are going to want after that belt, and I'm so glad it's being put to its own, side. It's its own thing. Because I've already seen some notes and stuff that just some of the people that are going to be involved with Ring of Honor, like AR Fox is going to be involved, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe is going to be on there. And I really hope they bring, Jay Lethal onto there every once in a while and stuff like that. Just the Ring of Honor classics and um the whole honor club, the second they dropped it, I subscribed to it instantly because they have the whole Hall of Fame thing on there where you can watch like Brian Danielson stuff, the Briscoes, all those guys. You can watch their old matches. You can go back and watch the old pay-per-views, and I think that's awesome. I think that's just it's awesome, especially when you grew up with Ring of Honor and you're like, man, I really wish I could go back and watch this match. Like the other day, I was really, really, really craving some classic AJ Styles, and I went into the Honor Club and I found the AJ Styles versus CM Punk match for the title, and man, it's just I'm really glad at what they're doing with it. I'm glad it's getting its shine it deserves. And I have high hopes for this Ring of Honor weekly show, and I truly think it'll do good. Um, I really hope a pay per view comes back to my area again because I want to go. I've missed the last two Ring of Honor pay per views that have been here, um, and so I need to go to at least one of them. Um, I'm very happy with the way things are going with Ring of Honor right now. I like how they're building it. I feel like they're building it really great. I feel like the pay per views they've been putting on lately, like Final Battle or all the pay per views last year, Super Card of Honor, Final Battle. I mean, all of those. They're not like small side little filler pay per views. They're hard hitting, great match pay per views. I mean, I don't even have to talk about FTR versus Briscoe's match. I can talk about the other matches, and they are still great pay per views. The FTR versus Briscoes are just a bonus feature in my opinion. Those are in its own class of matches.
Man.
But those pay-per-views all last year have just been golden. I can't wait for this Super Card of Honor this year. It's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
great. So I'm very happy with the way things are going for Ring of Honor. I appreciate Tony Khan for what he's doing with Ring of Honor. I'm glad he's letting it live on. He's bringing it back up. And if you're not subscribed to, if you're a big fan of classic, wrestler like classic Ring of Honor, or if you got, a lot of people don't know this because a lot of people don't have never really watched Ring of Honor. More than likely, your favorite wrestler has wrestled on Ring of Honor.
Man, I'm telling you.
Like, if you're a big Seth Rollins fan, guess what? He was on Ring
Ring
of
of Honor.
Honor under a name Tyler Black. Are you a big Sami Zayn fan? Guess what? El Generico. Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. I mean, the list goes on and on and on because of what Ring of Honor was to wrestling culture back then. It was like, in my opinion, the building blocks of wrestling, man. I mean,
I,
seriously.
I I couldn't say it any better, man. I mean, your current stars have been in Ring of Honor and and I'm so glad. A lot of people talk about Tony Khan, give him crap about so much, but what he's done with Ring of Honor has been is so respectful, and it keeps the tradition alive. And I really enjoy that he is a fan. You can tell in his booking style, the way he carries things. He is a fan, and he definitely has did a lot with Ring of Honor. And for all the crap people give Tony, I would give him a salute and a quick thank you, and keep it going. And man, it is just tremendous. And you talked about all these different champions. The one you didn't talk about that I know you just it wasn't on purpose, but Athena, the world's women's champion.
Yeah, you're right. I
Man,
apologize, Athena. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm about to go back a second. Athena, I'm so glad you said that, and I'm really pissed off at myself because when I was a big Ember Moon fan in WWE, and when she went to AEW, I was like, man, I've always wanted to see her in person because her gimmick that she has in AEW, I love it. And she's always had that kind of, more dark, like aura type gimmick, just different, And I'm a huge fan of Athena. And when I saw AEW when it came to my area, and I got there, I got there before the main show started, but I will admit I got there a little bit after the dark matches started. And I was sitting there in the merchandise line and I heard Athena's music hit in the arena. And I was like, oh God. And I was so mad at myself because it was it was after she won the belt. And so she had
right.
it with her. And
Oh,
I was like, I was in the merchandise line. I heard her music hit and I heard people, oh, it's Athena. And there's a TV up and I was like, damn it. Damn it. I wanted to run out to the arena so bad, man. And I'm mad I didn't because the merchandise line was so long and the actual show was gonna start soon. That was actually the last match before the show started. And I was like, ah, oh, damn it. And yeah, man, I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Athena because I'm a big Athena fan. And see that's what I'm saying. All the champions are top of the line champions. I mean,
yeah. Man, look, the six-man champs, the embassy.
oh
Man,
gosh,
Brian freaking Cage.
dude,
He could go anywhere and be a world champion. Anywhere.
yeah,
Man.
and and not to mention, I'm glad you said this because when you said Tony Khan, you can tell he's an actual fan. That's really what gives it. When somebody's a fan of a product, like when they're the leader of it like that. Tony Khan is an actual fan and he wants to see Ring of Honor succeed. The way he puts on those pay-per-views, the way he does all of that, man. Like with and gosh, man, when they had the Jay Briscoe tribute and they brought out, they brought out Ian Riccaboni and for the commentating, and it was just Tony Khan is such a fan of Ring of Honor and the product of Ring of Honor and the history surrounding Ring of Honor. And salute to Tony Khan. I don't know why people give him crap for what he does. I mean, he's a wrestling promoter. I mean, this isn't an easy job, And I don't understand why people are giving him shit. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. He has his show every Wednesday and every Friday. He puts it on TV at the right time. He has it the right time of length. He puts on the matches that he tells people are going to be put on the next week and the week after that. He puts on his pay-per-views. And guess what? They're good matches. They're good. I mean, every time this is one thing I understand people don't like watching AEW. Sure, I'll give you that. But here's the thing. If you don't watch AEW's weekly show, fine, but take the time to go watch at least one of their pay-per-views.
That would change your mind for real.
Dude, okay, Tony Khan, the weekly shows are already great, but I don't know what he does for those pay-per-views, dude. And that's why I like AEW pay-per-views so much because they're like once every 2 to 3 months, and that's what makes it so good because every time they come out, they hit on every single level. That's not like you're like it's. I've never sat back on a pay-per-view at all last year. And I was like, man, I really waited 2 months for that. No, never. I never did that. The only one that was like, huh, was the one with CM Punk, and that's a different story. But other than that, man, they hit every single time, and that's why I cannot wait for Revolution coming up. And oh, it's gonna be a good pay-per-view, man. It's been so long.
And since you brought it up, I'm gonna have to run down this quick tangent of I hear people always hollering, "Man, they got too many matches. The pay-per-view is too long." Well, let me explain something to you guys. You complain when a pay-per-view is short and the matches suck. Then you complain that they give you long pay-per-views. But AEW does it different than WWE. It's not every month, and they give you your money's worth. Your money's worth. How many times have you paid for AEW pay-per-view and you said, man, they don't have enough matches? If it goes 4 hours, fine, but you're getting quality matches.
Yep.
Quality. And I just don't understand that. But again, I'm gonna not go too far down that rabbit hole.
I was gonna say that's a rabbit hole for another day. But
exactly.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, though, shout out to Tony Khan for what he's doing. We appreciate you joining us today. If you are a fan of Ring of Honor, you got to go subscribe to the Honor Club. But if you're a fan of Ring of Honor, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, any promotion, TNA, Impact, you name it, AAA, guess what? You subscribe to this channel right here, the Wrestling Society Network, because, well, we have a lot of stuff coming out. That's really all I could say. So go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, comment what you want to see. Comment. We'll watch it. We'll read it. We'll do what you want. You want to see something about TNA? Give it to us. You want to see something about Impact? Give it to us. You want to see something about WWF? Give it to us. WWE, give it to us. WCW, we'll do it. Just let us know. Just hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell. We post stuff every week. From B&B, we'll see you next time.
I came from the UK. I can't and won't be stopped.
Come on, there you go. Get out there. Get out there. Get out!
And I will never give you a contract.
I tell you what, if you're gonna start off, you want to start off with one of the big guys. And to prove yourself, you want to knock them out.
This is the Wrestling Society Network.